Okay, this is my instance, and in what are the configuration you can do in Service Portal? So first, there is a module called Service Portal. Okay, so this is an application. It is comes out active out of the box. Okay, in this we can see a lot of modules over there. This is an application Service Portal, and there are there are many modules over there. Modules is Service Portal Home, Service Portal Configuration, and how many portals do you have in your instance. Announcements. So they have now given a announcement feature, so you can put an announcement so that in every portal you can see on the front page of that as announcement. Themes, so what kind of themes you can apply on particular portal. So this is the theme. And page route map, so out of the box routes are routing are there. So if you want to override the route, so you have to configure over there. Pages, so in your overall portal, service portal, how many pages are there? So in this one you can see the pages, and if I click on over there, these are the out of the box 87 pages are out of the box. 8 pages are there. And if I click on widgets, so these are all of out of the box because my instance is a fresh one. So service now provides 197 out of the box widgets, so that we can reuse those widgets in our any portal. Let's suppose if you want to create a new portal, then we can reuse this out of the box widget as per our requirement. And here are the CSS files. So style sheets, these are out of the box style sheets. So if you want to create a new style sheet, you can create a new over here. Out of the box menus, we have a menu for other portals. Let's suppose you can see service portal core, instance security center. These are the portals. So whenever you activate any package in any plugin, service portal plugin, then automatically it will come a new, whatever the features in that portal, it will come over there. And dependencies, header, footers. Okay, let me go to the portals first. So this is the portal. So right now we have an active portal that is called service portal. Okay, so once you click on new button, you can give I can provide provide some suffix URL. You can say this is a URL suffix. How can user can search this this is an active portal. Otherwise, what we can do, we can create a new module in a service self-service as a service portal. If they click on there, they will route to the service portal page. And what will the home page? First of all, we have to provide the home page over there. What will the KB article, KB home page? What will the landing page? So let's suppose if user knows the service portal page, but user is logged out, so landing page gives you the login username and password page, so you can put it over there, so it will route it over there. And this portal is SP portal is in under global application, so you can make uh, application specific portal as well. So here is a 4 not found page. So this is an out of the box 404. Let's suppose if you have clicked you have tried any other page ID or anything or then it will automatically give you a 404 error. That means page not found. This is the thing. And here we are applying that la jola theme. Okay, and in the downwards it says what are the sources. So from where we need to search those things, from catalogs or our knowledge bases. So we can add it over there and we can create a new search. So and here we can add multiple uh, knowledge bases. In earlier releases, we have specific knowledge base associated with single portal. Now ServiceNow have upgraded it, and we can provide multiple knowledge bases in any in single portal. And same ways for catalogs. Let's suppose if you are creating a service site, IT service portal, then you can earlier you can only put only IT knowledge bases and IT catalog. But in newer versions from Jakarta, they have put multiple knowledge bases and multiple catalogs. Let's suppose if I want to try it. So this is a portal. I went to the portal. Okay, this is your header menu. This is your body, and you can see here we have a menus over there, and this is a search, and we have this called widget instances. Okay, this is out of the box page, and which is landing. Let's suppose if I so there is a shortcut called let's suppose if I want to go to that page editor or widget editor, so there is a shortcut called Control Alt right click on Windows. Okay, so then you can see on hover, you will see which widget is applied on this page. This widget is home page search. Similarly, we can see which page. So let's suppose if I want to edit this page, then I can click on page in designer. And if I want to see the widget, let's suppose if I want to uh, see the code of this widget, then I can open in widget in editor. So these are the things. Let's suppose if I open this page in instance in page editor. Okay, so this will look like in a tree structure view in a page editor. In a page editor, you can see in a tree structure. Let's suppose if I open this page in, that is an index page. If I open over here, you can see home page is an index over here. Index over here. So if I check over there, you can see index is the page. If I let's suppose if I open this page in page designer, so where we can design our page. This page designer is in the service portal configuration editor, where you can design your own page, or you can uh, given height and width columns, how many columns you need on a page, how many widgets you need on a page, that you can provide over here. Okay, this is called left hand side you can see the layouts widgets. These are the out of the box widgets. So if you have created any custom widget, then it's also be listed over here. Okay, let's suppose this is an out of the box page, and this is an widget home page search widget. So simply, first of all, how can you create a new page? Okay, let me create a new page. Pages. I'll put create one. I'll put home page 2, index 2. Okay, I'm putting an ID over. ID is mandatory while creating a page. So I'll put ID as index 2. I'll open this page in page open in designer. If you see related links, if I open this one, it will open in page designer. As of now, this page is blank. So first of all, we have to create a space as a that is a container. First of all, we need to create a container. So once you click on this one, so which kind of container you need? 12, that is a single line, 2 columns, 3 by 9 column, 9 by 3, 3 3 6 3 4. This is an out of the box. So let's suppose I need one, and I need another container in which I need 3 by 3, 4 by 3, 4 4 cross 4 3, and I'll put home page out of the box widget as a home page search. Okay, and there is a pencil icon. So once you click on this edit, it will give you options, instance options. So what kind of what you can provide over here. Let's suppose, how can I help you? These are the options of this widgets. Save it. Okay, let's suppose if I want to put another widget, that is a link widget, link icon. These are out of the box widget called link icon. If I click over pencil icon, so these are the options. So what kind of link item you need? Page, URL, catalog item, topic category. So we can configure out of the box. Let's suppose catalog category. So what kind of catalog category? So these are out of the box catalog category. How can we help you? Can we help you? So this will provide like this one. Okay. This is my index page. I will open this one. I will edit the portal, out of the box portal, with my index page. I will save it. I will try it. So now you can see the portal page has been changed. If I click over there, then it will route to me the next page. Okay. I have not configured the page over here. If I go to that page, page designer. Okay, we are here. You can see I can catalog category, but page I have not So catalog. So where we need to route it. Uh, Category. We'll refresh it. Now it will route to me that page. And what will the category? So you can see I have put it, how can we help you? So it will land me to that page. So in this way we can configure a page design. We can configure our page. And this is all about the designing your page. Now how can we create a new widget? And what are the components are there in a widget? Okay, let me go to widgets. Let me suppose, let me create a widget. So first of all, we have to provide the name. Mm, I'm providing as announcement. So here we can if you draw, if I scroll down, then I can see the HTML template. So where we can design our widget. Okay, and what kind of CSS we can if you need an apply a CSS over the widget level, so we can write the CSS over here, CSS classes, so that we can use over our body section in any HTML tag. Let's suppose div tag or anchor tag or input tag, as per our requirement. What will be the design, so we can apply the CSS as a widget level. Okay, so this is for applying your CSS in a widget level. And if you want to do a server side scripting, let's suppose if you want to glide something, or if you want to do a manipulation over there, inserting or deleting anything, if you're then we can use server side scripting. Okay, in server side there is an object called data, so which we can use in HTML to populate, to show the data on that front end. And let's suppose there is a client controller over there. So service portal works in a MVC platform, model view controller. Okay, so this is your HTML is a view, this is in model is in server side object, you can say server side in a MVC framework. And this is client controller, that means your controller, where we can access the, we can communicate between server side to the HTML side. So how can we, let's suppose if you are write an ng click function, ng click, on click of any button. So on click of any button, if you want to call any function, then you have to write those things in a client controller. Then based on, let's suppose I want to create one table. and it should get an let's suppose I can take a simply example of simple data widget, a simple list widget. Simple list. This is an out of the box widget of ServiceNow. Here they can see, here you can see they have used as the ng, that is an AngularJS directives, ng click, ng if, ng source. These are the AngularJS directives over there. And you can see over here they have written the widget level CSS. You can apply CSS on widget level, page level, as well as on portal level. In portal you can apply theme, and if you want to, let's suppose if you want to override some portal level CSS on your widget level, then you can apply those CSS on widget level. And if you want to, let's suppose there are so many uh, contents are there, so if you want to apply that on page level, then you can define your CSS on page. Mhm. If I open this page, again page specific CSS you can also apply. So we can apply CSS in all way, widget level, page level, and if I open the portal, if I open over here, you can see CSS variables. So this is our here we are using overriding that whatever that class is there, variable, that is a variable, CSS variable. So wherever this variable is used, so by default their width is 15 megapixel and it's a default one. So we can apply over there page specific as well, portal specific, variable specific, and here in theme, if you want to override some variables classes, so we can apply over here. And portal level CSS we already have in theme. Okay, here also we have a CSS variable, and here we can define the footer would what kind of what are the footer and header we need. We can create our custom header footer, whether we need those header and footer as a fixed or not, we can also define over in the theme section. And if you go, drop down, then we can see that CSS files and the JavaScript files. So we have added here out of the box added two CSS files, so which act as a theme. So whatever the theme, whatever the CSS is over there, it will apply over your portal. Let's suppose if I remove this one and if I saved it, saved it, and if I refresh it, then if I go over there, scroll down, then this is not fixed. So fixed one. Let's save it. Cannot have a fixed. You can see now this food header is an unfixed. Earlier we can over here we can fix that header. If I select fixed, then I over there, if I refresh it, if I scroll down, that means in that case the footer has header has been fixed, because we can define those things in a theme, and we can apply what if you need another theme, so you can edit your CSS, or you can create a new CSS file and you can upload in your portal. These are the out of the box themes, CSS files. These are out of the box. If you want to create a new, you can create a new one. And source, let's suppose if you need a source from other portal, let's suppose from Google or whatever, so you can provide those URL over there. Then but that should be a public, not a private one. Otherwise ServiceNow won't be able to access those URLs. So we can define over here. And if I need an style sheet, then you can create a hover over here, then create a new one, put all the CSS over there and put a name over there, then it will automatically apply over here. And that is for CSS part. So widget, the main thing, if I open the portal, where is that? This is in portal. Okay, this is your header, which contains menus, header menus, and this is your body, which contains widget. This is your body, which is having a page, acting as a page, and page contains row columns. In row columns we can put widgets. So these are the different widgets, and these are the different widgets. So in this page we can apply multiple widgets over there as per our requirement. So widget, and if you want to create a widget contains four major part, that is an HTML part, CSS, server side, client side, and for and we can here we have to little bit knowledge of AngularJS, and how can we communicate, how can we create a new widget. If you have a little bit knowledge, then you can create widgets. Otherwise, because for customizing a new service portal, AngularJS is mandatory. Otherwise, uh, it won't be helpful if you don't know anything about AngularJS, what is AngularJS and how it works. Basic, you need to know about basic directives like ngif, what is ngif, what is um, ng repeat, what is ng repeat or what is ng show, ng hide, ng class. So you can learn about, if you don't know anything about AngularJS, then you can direct AngularJS. So there is an, you can see JavaScript MVW framework. So here from W3 school you can learn the basic of AngularJS. So you need to know about the controller, controllers, ng model, how can we control it in terms of, so how can we use that one. So basic ng directives, that is an HTML and AngularJS directives. What are those? ngF, nginit, ng model, and we have so many things over there. For Angular validations, we have multiple over there. Out of the box, these are the ones: invalid, valid, submitted. These are the ones that we can, so you can see Angular ng show, or you can go to that AngularJS learn part tutorial. So from here, not tutorial, API references. So you can see these are the ng double click, ng form, ng hide. So what is the use of this one? From here, develop API references. Those are the APIs. So you can learn about what is that ng directives are there, and what are the parameters it requires if you want to use on your service portal. ng submit, when we can use the ng submit, and what kind of things over there, where we can use on form HTML, we can use the ng submit. Objects are there. So these many things you need to learn. And in widget as well, let's suppose if I need to, if I open the out of the box one, so in the widget we have dependencies, Angular provider, and if let's suppose I have created one widget, and you can see in the widget section in how many pages we have used this widget. So once you place that widget in your page, it creates an widget instance. That means I can use that same widget in another page as well. That means the concept of widget instances, you can reuse, you can create a piece of code in a such way that you can use that same widget in multiple pages or multiple places. So that's why there is a instance, widget instance. Let's suppose if you want to create, if you want to update any page widget instance, so you can, in the left hand side you can see widget instances. Here you can check how many widget instances are there, and if you can give, if you have given the unique name, then you in the find, you can find that unique name over there. Title, based upon your title or widget, let's suppose simple widget. Simple list is used in across these many places. So you can see my request, my service request, my service task. So if I want to update anything over that widget instances, I can update from here. I can provide that options, bootstraps, what widget is used for in this instance, simple list. So this many things you can do.
If I update anything on that widget instance, will it impact the actual widget or just the widget instance alone?
No, it will update only the widget instance, because that is an we are not changing the any code in your widget instances widget.
Okay.
So it will apply on that widget instance. Let's suppose in which page it is used. Okay, my request in request page.
Mm.
But try it. You can see my simple request is over here. Home. Oh, it is not index. So you can apply that wherever you need. This is also a simple list. So these are the instant. These are your pages, out of the box pages. It is already configured. And request. These are the menus. So based upon your it is showing the widget. Okay. Similarly, and if any dependency is there, any CSS dependency or whatever that AngularJS file, JS file. Let's suppose if you have created any different functionality which is not available in your uh, if you are using any class, let's suppose ng repeat or ng something pagination or anything which is not supported in your out of box uh, service portal Angular file. So first Angular Angular version. So first of all, ServiceNow uses 0.3. I think version 3 AngularJS. So in latest market we have till 0.18. Okay, so 18 is the latest one in the market. So in this one, some they have used multiple. They have created new directories over there, which is not supported in ServiceNow. So what you can do, you can just download or you can create copy that content of that function, and you can put it in your JavaScript file, and you can reuse those things in your widgets. So that can be configured over there, over the dependency part. And what is service Angular provider? In here we have, if we want to create a new Angular provider, then there are three types of Angular provider are there: directive, factory, or service. So these three type of directive we can create over there, and we can use this Angular directive in our widget in in HTML side, or we can use in controller side. And you can see these are the these are out of the box providers are there. You can see Angular provider. These are out of the box. What is dollar scope? What is dollar location? SP util. We can uh, we can further dig down in the next others next sessions. So what are those things, and how can we create, and how can we use those things on your service portal, that we can go to the further classes. So basic service portal is that, first of all, you have to know little bit knowledge on AngularJS, CSS, and HTML, and Angular client scripting. These are the basics one. Basic knowledge you need to develop a service portal. Otherwise, if you don't want to create any new widget, just play with the out of the box widgets, and you can create your own portal with the out of the box widgets, help of out of the box widgets. So we can you can get in documentation what are the things of simple what are the uses of out of the box widget in your documentation of ServiceNow. So ServiceNow already provided out of the box widget. Let's suppose customer need a weird requirement which is not fulfilling your uh, which is not fulfilling by using any out of the box widgets. In that case, we need to create a new widget. On that creation of widget, we need to know about the AngularJS or HTML, CSS. In case if you need in create, if you want to create a new widget. Otherwise, we can play around with out of the box widget, and we can fulfill our customer requirement. Nowadays, ServiceNow is providing less scripting to the developers or the organizations, so that they can reuse out of the box things, and they can customize the CSS, because we can customize the CSS on the page levels or the uh, something we can do it. Those are configuration part. But let's suppose if you need an total different functionality, then in that case you need to create an widget, and you have to place that widget in your page. So we have a lot of I have lot of use cases, and I have developed so many widgets. So in further classes we can uh, dig down about widget level. So service portal widgets. So let's suppose if you need any sort of changes over these out of the box widget, because ServiceNow doesn't provide to edit the out of the box widget. In that case, what we have to do, let's suppose we don't need some of the functionality, or we don't need some of the things. In that case, what we have to do, we have to just clone that widget, do the modification, and replace that widget in our page. Otherwise, we have to create a new widget. Okay, we have widget library. You can say widget library. In the documentation, you can see these are the widget libraries, and in the documentation part, you can know what is the use of those widgets. out of the box widgets. So let's suppose announcement widget. In here they have given the documentation of all the example widget which are provided by ServiceNow, that you can also read from the documentation. What are those? What is the use of that widget? And how can we utilize in our portal? And so that it will fulfill our requirement, customers requirement. So you can go through the portal libraries, widget libraries, so you can know all of the widgets, out of the box widgets. So in every release they might decrypt, they might remove the widgets, then they can enhance some of the widgets. Those are there. You can see all of the widgets over here. So we can reutilize that out of the box widget, or if you want to create a new widget, then you can create a new one. Let me go to the documentation part. Widget developer guide. To develop a widget, you need experience. You need ServiceNow API experience. That is, run record queries on server side, create or update records. You need AngularJS experience too. How to bind that variables to the client controller, access server side object into the widgets, gather input. These are the things. And the part of widgets like Angular directives that I've already told you, widgets execute a specified behavior within a service portal page. A widget includes mandatory and non and optional scripting components. That is HTML part, client script part, that is a client controller part, server script part. These are the main components of your widget. Angular provider part, dependency part. What is Angular provider? An optional widget component. It is an optional. Angular provider require knowledge of AngularJS. Use of Angular provider too. Keeps widget in sync when changing records or filter. Share content between widgets. We can share the content between widgets. Or we can create a reusable behavior or UI component that we can inject into multiple widgets. Let's suppose if you need a specific piece of code that can be reused, instead of copy pasting in same multiple widgets, we can create an Angular provider and we can reuse into the we can call that Angular provider into the multiple widgets, so that it is only a single piece of code and that is reused by multiple widgets. Okay, that is part of Angular provider. And what is about dependency? It is an also optional component, and a widget dependency is an external resource used by widget such as JavaScript or a CSS file. So it's also a external component which in which you can use external CSS file that you already download from somewhere, from Google or anything, and from any other external source that you can include in your widget level. Okay, further we can dig down about the what are the components in widget, what are the Angular provider, what how many Angular provider we can create, how many types of Angular provider, how can we create an dependency, how can we create an Angular templates, so that we can work on other sessions. So for the creating a widget, we need a little bit knowledge on the AngularJS part. And further we can work on, I will give you give you sessions uh, use case on how to create how to call widget in a widget. Let's suppose if you want to call a one widget into the another widget, that is called embedded widget. In terms of ServiceNow, we call embedded widget. So how can we embed one widget into another widget? So there are some directives are there. So how can we call it that directive in our widget level? That I'll tell you for later classes. Till now, do you have any queries?
Is there a limitation on number of pages or widgets that you can add? Number of widgets that you can add onto your page?
No, there is no limitation, but it will create a complex. So less number of widget it will be applicable, because if you have put it 20 widgets over there, but your page length is very large, in that case it won't look like good. So we
Right.
can apply. Otherwise we can reroute to the some other page. You can do a rerouting. Let's suppose on click of this one you can reroute to the next page. So we can reroute those things to the users. Based upon our design, we can design it.
So there is no such limitation out of the box, like you can
No,
only add any number of pages.
no,
Okay. And is there a limitation of number of pages that you can add to a portal?
no, number of pages also not restricted.
Okay.
So based upon your requirement, let's suppose if you have it's out of the box, you can see so many things are there. So we don't know, we have to go to that let's suppose if you open that SP portal, uh, so from the URL you can know that in which page we are. Okay, so in the URL it says this is our instance name till over here. This is our instance ID servicenow.com. SP stands for portal suffix. Okay, this is our portal suffix. So if I remove this thing, if I enter it, then it will route to me the landing page. In the portal configuration, we have given the landing page, correct? Home page as an index. So it will not show the page name over there. It will not show the page name. Let's suppose, and if I click over here, then it is routing to somewhere else. That page in the URL you can see ID. Page denotes as ID equal to SC category. And this page, if I control alt right click, then I can see open in page editor this page. Then you can see the page name, and it contains two container, and each container one container has two columns, another container has two rows, three columns, and this five column have five different widgets. Okay, this can be configured. This is a simple configuration in portal, and we can restrict based upon roles as well. When we need to make that public or not. Those kind of things we can configure on the page level as well. If I open this one, Then it will show me restricted. You don't have a restriction.
You also said that for each release we will be adding some new widgets and deleting some widgets, right? So what will happen if we already clone one of the widgets and then they remove it?
If you clone that widget, that means, let's suppose this is an out of the box page, and let's suppose this is an out of the box page, and this contains in the upon entering designer, this contains 1 2 3 4 5 6 widgets. Okay, and here you can see simple list. It's also a simple list. You can see one is simple list, another is simple list. So this we can reconfigure it. Let's suppose if I need to edit something over there, let's suppose I don't need any functionality of this widget. What I can do, I will go to simple list. From here I can click on edit, but in out of the box ServiceNow doesn't provide to edit the out of the box widget. Okay, this widget is read only, you cannot edit except for the public checkbox. So for editing we need to clone it.
Yeah.
So if I clone this widget, I need to provide any name over there.
Yeah, that's fine. We will give the new name and we deploy that. But later, in case if ServiceNow decided to remove the original, the parent widget, so what will happen to my widget that I cloned?
No, it won't remove your custom widget. It will what are the changes are there in the out of the box widget, it will do the changes on there, but not on your custom widget, because your code is very different. It's a copy of that widget, no? So it doesn't you have removed some functionality, so that means it's a customized, not the out of the box. Okay,
So all
if
the
I create,
even though the ServiceNow decided to remove any of the widgets that were cloned by us, so our code will not change.
yeah, your code will not change. So out of the box code will change. Let's suppose in the future release they want to remove that simple switch, it will be vanished from your instance. But let's suppose if you have cloned this widget and created a new one by naming new simplest 1 or 2, then that will be there.
Okay, but the functionality will be the same too, right? Like though they deleted.
Yeah, the functionality will remain same. In that case, what we have to do a thorough testing, because sometime happens that ServiceNow removes some that let's suppose this widget also using some Angular provider or dependencies that has been removed from ServiceNow, that we need to test it whether those things are been removed or not. You have to go through the documentation, what are the things has been removed in this release and provided in, and what are the things are new in this release from previous. So we need to compare the all of the things. Anything else?
Yeah, in case if I'm using an out-of-the-box widget and it's going to be deprecated in the next version, so like, will there be a communication shared from the ServiceNow and like when it's going to end support? Will they completely remove it or end support for that widget? Like how does that happen?
So they release in every release they have provided the release note. Okay, they will not give you an mail that we are deprecating this widget. So we have to go through that portal. We have to go
Okay.
through the release note of that release. Okay, for in portal section, what are the things has been deprecated or added on that service portal applications? So we need to check over there. What are the new functionalities and what are the old functionality has been deprecated? That we need to
Okay.
check. Otherwise, let's suppose once that upgrade is happen, you can see on the upgrade monitor section over there. Upgrade monitor. Okay. Once that, suppose if you have upgraded to another instance from Paris to Orlando to Paris, then we can see all of the things over here. So what has been customized and we have a conflict over there or not, or the customized has been skipped because not customize the out of the box script include, or we have created our own script include. That means ServiceNow code is not over there, which has been fixed by in future release. So our code, customized code will be there, but if you are using some of the functions of that out of the box, which is deprecated, we need to check over there, because let's suppose in that widget we are gliding, we are using out of the box script include. Okay, but that script include is deprecated, which is removed from the service now. That we need to check what are the functionality has been removed or added in the future release.
Okay.
Otherwise, once you do a testing, once applied in your non-prod instance, you need to do a thorough testing of your portal or other application. If that it is failing,
You must have, yeah, what I'm saying is while doing this, we may need some homework so that we can prepare our own pages and we should be able to do our own widgets and all, right? So you have all that data with you so that you can give us, right?
yeah. Once that session has been started, after each class, I will give you some work to practice over in your instances.
Okay. While you're dropping a mail, can you please send me this recording also, if possible?
Yeah, Nilima will send you the recordings as well.
Yes,
Yeah.
Karthik, and everybody, Rama, Shri, Sirisha, Karthik, I will send the recording session and the curriculum to your email. Yeah.
Sure.